Setting goals. Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of Atlanta's original audition taping services, which I co-own with my super talented wife, Brooke. Boom. There she is. Who also hosted last week's video. See, there she is. And now on to our topic. Setting goals. So I'm recording this around New Year's 2021. Just got this jacket from my mom. Thanks, Mom. And after a trying year, everyone is hoping for better things to come. But that's true of every year. Even in years without pandemics, you'll see a barrage of posts on social media around New Year's saying, "Goodbye, old year, hello, new year," or "This is gonna be my year," etc. Now, I think it's great to have a hopeful, positive look on the new year, but where people go wrong, and specifically actors, is in how passive they can get. In other words, people start hoping that the year will bring good things, or the universe, or God. Without your participation, though, how can you expect anything different from this year? So today's topic is about setting goals, which is a perfect piggyback to last week's video about shaking up your routine. Thanks, Brooke. Link in the show notes below. Isn't she beautiful? To frame our discussion, let me quote the famous self-help guru Tony Robbins. Tony says, "Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade." Case in point, look over the last year and decade of your life. Now, if last year was 2020, well, it probably left a lot to be desired. But if you look back over the last 10 years of your life, specifically in regards to your career, chances are the person who you were 10 years ago would never have dreamed of where you are now. Now, if you had extenuating circumstances that took you away from this career for a significant amount of time, well, then it might not apply to you, but you understand the general concept. 2010 me would never have imagined where I am today. So in terms of setting new goals for yourself, dream big for that 5 and 10-year plan. But for this year, let's get more realistic. For instance, be careful about setting the goal for this year of booking 5 national commercials and 3 films and 8 episodic television shows. Why? Well, because so many of the elements that contribute to the final decision of who is being cast have nothing to do with anything in your control. You might be too tall, you might look too much like one of the leads, or not enough if you're supposed to be related to them. You might look like the director's ex, and therefore they don't want to spend 8 hours a day with you on set. There's a million reasons that are completely out of your control that prevent you from booking. So if you make that type of goal, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment once this blue marble completes another trip around the sun. And you'll be back posting on social media a year from now saying, "Next year's gonna be my year." Instead, focus on goals you can control and that you can accomplish in a year's time. In fact, when I used to follow the stock market a lot more, there was an acronym that I would hear around quarterly earnings or quarterly forecasts. It was UPOD, under promise, over deliver. So set realistic goals that there's a good chance you can over deliver on them. For instance, set a goal that you're going to take 2 4-week classes over the next year. Or maybe you want to commit to finally updating those headshots or that demo reel. Hint, hint, we edit demo reels here at Get Taped. Link in the show notes below. Or you decide to get that IMDb Pro membership. Maybe you're going to commit to making some sort of content for yourself. Or learn a new skill like horseback riding, archery, singing, guitar, etc. But you see that by making these goals super specific and within your control, there's a really good chance that in 12 months, you can actually over-deliver on these goals, which feels a lot better than failing at that fad diet once again. And there's a domino effect that you can't even predict once you start getting active in your career. Many times it's in ways you wouldn't even expect. A classmate comes up to you and wants to cast you in their passion project. An agent sees you at a showcase and wants to call you in for a meeting. Or maybe that special skill you started to learn is finally in demand. And when you focus on these goals that are not only within your control, but better position you as an actor, then you'll be more ready when these unpredictable opportunities pop up. And speaking of getting ready, we offer a 3-hour workshop at Get Taped called Get Ready. It is done virtually over Zoom, and it will cover all the facets of your career to make sure that you are well positioned for all of your future opportunities. You can check that out in the show notes below. I also want to bring up a surfing analogy, which we used in a previous video. If you sit on the beach, watching the waves, lamenting about how crappy they are, waiting for the perfect wave, well, when it finally shows up, you're going to be scrambling to get out there in time to catch it. And let's be honest, you probably will miss it. Then you decide to blame it on the ocean because it didn't give you enough notice. That's the passive approach we talked about at the beginning. On the other hand, while you're waiting for that perfect wave, if you spend that time waxing your board, zipping up your wetsuit, and paddling out into the water, well, then you'll actually be ready when that wave finally arrives. And it'll take a lot less effort to catch that wave when it finally does come. So whether you're watching this in January or any other time of year, be sure to set realistic, achievable goals for yourself. If you need more clarity on this, then consider taking our Get Ready workshop. Alternatively, if we're not offering that workshop anytime soon, you can always schedule an office hours appointment. We can do it in person or over Zoom, and we can talk about any and all aspects of your career and make sure that you are well positioned for those future opportunities. Leave us a comment below on what goals you're setting for yourself this year. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set.